Yo, Brofessionals are back. We're going to show you how to choose the right snowboard length.
And we're going to tell you how to buy a snowboard in under 60 seconds.
But I ain't stopping anytime, so
So, people keep asking, does size matter? Rule number one is what? What did you say? So the first thing you want to look at is how long the board is.
So people keep telling me that size matters.
This is determined by one, how tall you are and what style of riding you're doing. The second main thing you want to look at, or the third main thing, or the next thing you want to look at is how wide the board is. This will determine what foot size you have, and it's determined by the side cut of the board. These two things matter and are in relation with each other, and this is how you choose whether you need a wide board, a mid-wide, or a narrow board.
That's a huge foot!
Weight is very important, but mostly determines how stiff a board you want to ride. It's not necessarily relatable to the length or the width. The old wives' tale of about chin height doesn't really work. The reason being that if you have a park board, you often want to ride it a little bit shorter, making it easier to spin, swing around. If you're riding a lot of powder, you might want a slightly wider board to keep you afloat, or length can also do the same thing. Rule number 5 is don't just listen to your mate. Remember, most snowboards come in a range of sizes, and generally most manufacturers will try to specify one of those sizes to you. So one way you can determine which board is going to work for you is once you've worked out the waist width, you then can determine how your stance width, or the distance between the center of your feet that you like to stand is, and then work out which board length suits your stance width. So this is where we're stuck at a really hard point, because it's very difficult to just tell you are this size, because it's always, like we've said in this post, it's dependent on how tall you are, how wide you want to stand. It's also dependent on what style of riding you're doing.
I got nothing out of that. Just come and ask me, I'll tell you what bloody size to get.
This thing's so dope.